when I talk about certain things, they are the same which you would read in some other book. Some other person comes in, speaks in a slightly different language, but is articulating the same ideas. So we are generally repeating things and it doesn't take us anywhere. Although it gives you a good feeling, but otherwise, as far as the productivity is concerned, there is very little. So what we can do is that if you can make that kind of a document and send it to the ministries and concerned rather departments in the government of India, and it's not essential that always it will be taken note of, but I believe that it is usually taken note of because whatever documents we send to the ministries and government departments, they are very ill drafted. They are not in the form of some very crisp policy document which has some creative new idea. If we send a document which is repeating the same old things, nobody takes care. But after your deliberation, you came to this conclusion that these are some important things which need to be incorporated in the policies which are being formulated by the government at whatever level it might be. So that can be something, which can be a positive intervention. Because otherwise, there are just two things which come out of seminars. Either you collect the papers, if they are really good ones, edit them properly, and get them a good publishing house where they are published. Then that is something, which endures for long. And the other thing is this, at the operational level, if we can do something as far as policy intervention is concerned. Rest is all, feel good. You feel good that you did something, but it's really not very worthwhile. So I hope that the department would be actually taking a lead and doing something productive even after the seminar is concluded. So to my mind, the seminar has actually begun after it is technically concluded today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. The direction that you have given us, we will surely try to do this because the very objective of this national seminar was to provide advocacy. Because we all know that elderly is a marginalized, vulnerable, weaker section, and advocacy is very important, whether it be this advocacy through bureaucratic advocacy or the media advocacy or legal advocacy, any advocacy. So now to move forward, I will simply introduce, because there are many young people here who may not be so much introduced to Professor Nur Mohammed sir, but he has been 2 times former Dean Faculty of Social Sciences, almost 2 decades he was the chairperson of one single Department of Sociology and Social Work. Later on it was bifurcated, and he has spearheaded various action research projects, and he has also produced various scholars. Many of the teachers in the country we all are his students, most of us. So with this, and there is much which I think I'm very much मतलब शायद मेरे इसलिए तो नहीं हूँ मैं बहुत ज़्यादा इस पर बोल पाऊँगा. तो ये है कि सबसे मेरी मुक़द्दमाना दरख्वास्त है, humbly request him to kindly come over and please enlighten us.
Professor Asmat Beg Sahab, Professor Naseem Khan Sahab, Mr. Masood Ahmed Sahab, Dr. Muhammad Tahir, Dr. Muhammad Arif Sahab, my colleagues and my students basically, and students basically. I'm very happy that after a gap of about 13-14 years, I am with you. In the sense that this seminar has helped in providing the platform to be with you people. So I congratulate the Professor Naseem Ahmed and his team, and basically the students who took trouble to organize this seminar in a very short period of time. That is the basic thing basically. The time period that is involved is a very, very short period of time, and you organize it so well that everybody basically feels happy. So I congratulate everyone of the department, including the head and colleagues and the students. Now, so far as this seminar is concerned, the seminar is related with the elderly people, elderly well-being in India. Now, if I take the example of myself and the audience, basically the students and my colleagues, basically, a gap is there. And the gap is basically how the elders are to be rehabilitated. And the major role is to be played by the social work students, because they are the really implementers. And they are to work with them, and they are to know their pulse, because without knowing their pulse, they cannot provide them or they cannot give them treatment. So knowing and doing basically are two things which are combined together to carry out the welfare or well-being of the elders. So, and the elderly people are the older age basically is a reality that everybody has to taste. Sometimes basically everybody is to reach that age and it is to be tested by everyone. Now I have been basically present, I was present in the seminar right from the very first day and listening to the various speakers. And they have been talking that old age home are to be built up, they are to be kept and provided the services in order to rehabilitate them or provide services. What I feel is that everybody is not to be provided with the separate shelter. They are to be basically to be treated at home. Because you cannot uproot a person who has been associated with his family for the last 60 years or 70 years or so, and immediately if you feel that he is to be uprooted from the family and to be rehabilitated in the old age homes, so that will be basically, or that is almost unnatural. And there he cannot enjoy the life. He will always feel for his family, whether he was being treated properly or he was not being treated properly, but he will feel for them and will never be at rest. So my basically suggestion to you people, basically the social work students, particularly the younger ones, basically those who will be going for field, they are to think how to these aged persons or elderly persons are to be rehabilitated in their own homes by giving them counseling to the aged ones, to the family members, to the community, and to the basically society. So with these words, basically, I don't want to take much of time. And as Professor Asman Beg Sahab has said, very well said, that instead of doing all exercises, the better exercise is to prepare a document. That is really, that will do. And once it is accepted or once it is incorporated in the government policy, that is going to last longer period of time. So with these words, I thank the organizer, particularly Professor Naseem Ahmad, his colleagues, and my students and his students. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your blessings, for your wishes, and also again directing us to come over with some policy document may be helpful for this particular population group. I've been directed by seminar director because I've been complimented that we are on time. The session was till 4:30, so we were simply looking forward to have some, because अभी तक बात ये हुई कि भी बहुत अच्छा हुआ, feel good की बात की. So we can have two feedbacks. One from Ms. Ruchi, who has travelled from she is an outstation participant, and also one from a very senior Nagendra Swami sir. So first I will request Ms. Ruchi to come over and please share a very brief feedback that how you found this seminar.
Good evening, all of you. My name is Ruchi. I'm working as an associate professor in Galgotias University. My PhD topic is framework for well-being of senior citizens through interventions in landscape. So, how we can improve the well-being of senior citizens through small interventions in the landscape area. It could be in park or any other spaces. So it is very invaluable session for me. So I just learned the well-being parameters, different type of well-being, and what are the issues related to the senior citizens. So it's really a nice platform coming from Noida and learning all the things. Really informative session. Thanks to the team, organizing team, and all the members. Really a great platform.
Thank you very much, Ruchi. Nice. And now one of our most senior participant, I would rather say, who has traveled so far from Telangana, Dr. T. Nagendra Swami ji, who is working at the grassroots even at this age. और हमारे ट्रेडिशंस में तो हमने ये सुना है कि कहते हैं ना कि अल्लाह पाक के सामने कोई सफेद बालों वाला हाथ उठाए तो कहते हैं अल्लाह को भी शर्म आती है, तो कहते हैं कि मतलब ये बड़ी बात है.
Well, thanks for inviting me to share my feedback on the very important subject of the elderly population. Well, I got a notice of this in some group. I think it was from my alumni, Delhi's Close Social Work alumni. And then when I saw the topic, I said, well, I should try and maybe try my luck and send an abstract and see if I'll be invited to participate. So that's how I did that. I was able to keep the deadline, but I was a little concerned because the confirmation would only be on the 3rd or so, because that was your deadline for receiving the abstracts. But I would have enough time to be able to, make my travel plans and come. But then, luckily, thanks to Madam Anlavi, that I got the confirmation earlier. And yes, your abstract has been, and I think the team has done a great job, and I must thank them for even, in fact, giving me a promotion after coming here, from just being a presenter to also to be on the panelist yesterday. And I'm sure that was under the guidance and direction of Professor Naseem Ahmed Khan Sahab, who's been very nice, very kind, very attentive. He was so concerned about how I was and so on. I really appreciate that, and I thank you. Coming to the conference, I think I would like to first congratulate all the students who made presentations, because I could see that a lot of them, really worked hard on putting those, papers together and presentations together, and absolutely congratulations to all of them. I'm used to, attending or being invited to conferences and workshops and congresses in different parts of, the world, and the recent one was in Melbourne last year. The World Sociology Congress was held, and normally those congresses, the people are in thousands, 5,000, 7,000, and the whole preparation starts from at least a year before in advance. But in a week's time to pull out something like this, I think it's really remarkable. Absolutely remarkable, because the kind of pressure, and I know that some of you, I saw Madam yesterday morning, I said, when did you last sleep? So that I think was the same condition as everybody else. But in a short time, excellent, well done. And I must really congratulate my fellow alumni from Delhi for managing the online thing, and he made a big group. I was also added, and I was being updated. I mean, I wasn't even behind 5 minutes behind. So I think it's update even today when the timings were there or the rules were changed. Fantastic. I would say the technology was very good use and was very helpful for participants. Uh, I also want to thank, and feel very welcome in the sense of having, me as a guest at your university guest house, and where those people are just wonderful. The people who take care are just so sweet and so kind, absolutely wonderful people. And I'm so grateful for that. And overall, I think, one of the reasons, I thought I should come on a subject like this is because we have done some serious work with regard to, but we're talking about a different language. We're looking at what is it that the senior citizens or elders should themselves do. So I'm sort of challenging them for a change is a challenge for them. So as I said, yesterday and today, that we, when they're just beginning to enter, to learn to say no to one is negativism. Say no to criticism without offering alternatives. And never say no to pessimism. These are three dangers or possible signs that coming from the elders can be a real disaster for the future generations. Because pessimism doesn't give hope. Criticism without providing alternatives does not help. And negativism is destructive for the person himself or herself. So we keep saying no. And once you learn to say no, then I think you will see a lot of change in society by itself, and the family and so on. Because traditionally we were joint families, and we were forced to move to nuclear families. And I wonder, from nuclear family, are we going to an unclear family? I don't know where we are going. So I think these are all going to have effects or no impact on what happens even to us when we add years. So I'm glad that I was able to travel here and be with you. And I also want to thank Afan and Hanan, who sort of, took me around. I visited the Asia's biggest library, very impressive. But if I may say so, I'm sometimes, held guilty for being outspoken. But if I may say so, I think there is this urgent need for some maintenance of that building. So I think that would really make a big difference. Because just to say it's the best and perhaps the oldest is only 2 points. I think the third point is that, even today it looks so great. So I would just make that little suggestion. And thank you very much for having me here. My first visit to Aligarh, and I'm sure it's not going to be the last. If any of you visit or come down south, Mahbub Nagar, you just have to say VIP Mahbub Nagar. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. We all, this is one, I request as well a suggestion to all that we should learn from elders and how systematically and very carefully and in an energetic way, and also whether you can see that he has thanked every person. So that is what elders are for. And so we should admire. And one more thing, that whatever he has said, because many of you may be working over this, particularly I can see my such a scholar, Ms. Aman Mushtaq, who is going to submit her PhD, I think in 1 month. So her topic is also on social isolation. So I hope that you will also take something. No, now over to Ms. Andali, Dr. Andali, because already T. Swami sir has already pointed that how she has worked a lot. So now you should deliver the vote of thanks, Dr. Andali.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and students. I'm honored to extend the formal vote of thanks on behalf of our department to all those who have contributed to making this program a resounding success. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge the extraordinary efforts of our department over the past several days. The dedication and hard work that you all have put in has borne fruits in the form of a successful two-day national seminar on elderly well-being in India, issues, challenges and prospects. A special appreciation goes to Professor Mohammed Gulrez, our Vice Chancellor, for graciously accepting our invitation and presiding over the inaugural session, setting the tone of the seminar. My special thanks to our Dean, Professor Mirza Asmar Beg Sahab, whose presence is so encouraging for all of us that we always, like I told him yesterday, we always love to listen to you, hear you out. Professor Noor Mohammed sir, your presence today and always is deeply appreciated. Your encouragement means a lot to us. I would also like to express a special gratitude, my special gratitude to our guest of honor, Dr. Masood Ahmed, Secretary All India Educational Movement and UP Rabta Committee. My sincere thanks to our chairman, Professor Naseem Ahmed Khan, for his invaluable mentorship, guidance, and constant encouragement. We are immensely grateful to Professor C.P. Singh for his esteemed presence as our chief guest at the inaugural, which added significant value to the seminar. Our sincere thanks also go to Mr. Samrat Bandopadhyay, Mr. Prem Poda, and Dr. Nagendra Tadipalli for their valuable contributions to the event. A heartfelt gratitude to all the distinguished members of academia and practice who enriched this seminar with their valuable insights and expertise. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to all my colleagues, Dr. Mohammed Tahir, Dr. Kuratulan Ali, Dr. Mohammed Arif Khan, Dr. Shaina Saif, Dr. Mohammed Uzair, and Dr. Samira Khanam for their unwavering dedication to the success of this seminar. Thank you to all the online and offline participants and presenters for your active participation and valuable contributions. We extend special appreciation to our scholars and students for their active engagement in the seminar. Your dedication and tireless efforts, day and night, have truly paid off. We would also like to acknowledge the technical assistance provided by the Department of Mass Communication, AMU, and the services of Mr. Abdullah Zaini for live streaming the event. Last but not least, our gratitude goes to our non-teaching staff of the Department of Social Work, sanitation staff and media personnel, and everyone else who has contributed to the success of this seminar. Thank you all for your invaluable support and contribution.
डॉक्टर अंजलि, एक चीज़ जो मैं और शेयर करना चाहूँगा तो वो ये है कि the most of the chairs and resource persons तो मुझे इनफॉर्मल फीडबैक भी मिला और वो भी मिला कल भी कि जो पौधे दिए गए हैं ये इज समथिंग यूनिक जो लोगों ने कहा कि बहुत ही अच्छे हैं और हम इसको आप हमें कुछ ना ऑनर करके आप हमें सिर्फ यही है तो इसके लिए मैं खास तौर से डॉक्टर शाइना सैफ सेमिनार को कंवीनर डॉक्टर समीरा और डॉक्टर I will simply extend this gratitude. Or obviously, वो तो yes, the owners of all the road. Okay, so now the Tarana team is ready, and because we have a very beautiful Tarana, which is very beloved, very close to our heart, and followed by extra lesson.
वो नसीम साहब के जरिए
Mahfil and the chief stands. All are requested to join there where we took lunch for tea. Okay. Once again, thank you all.